All of our members and chapters are responsible for protecting its members from hazing, as Alpha Kappa Psi does not condone hazing in any manner. This means no member, pledge, chapter, colony, or other entity of the fraternity will conduct or condone hazing activities. It's important to understand that no one can consent to hazing. Hazing activities are unacceptable whether an individual willingly engages in the activity or not. To define the act, hazing is any action taken or situation created, intentionally or unintentionally, on or off chapter premises, to produce physical or mental discomfort, embarrassment, harassment, ridicule, or potentially cause physical harm or injury, regardless of a person's willingness to participate. Hazing can apply to guests, pledges, and members alike, and it's not limited to just fraternity events. Examples of hazing can include, but are not limited to the following: coercing members or guests into violating any federal, state, provincial, local law, or university policy; coercing members or guests into consuming any food, liquid, alcohol, drug, or other substance in any non-customary manner which subjects an individual or a group of individuals to a substantial risk of emotional or physical harm; physically abusive or uncomfortable activities, including but not limited to paddling, whipping, beating, branding, corporal punishment, exposure to the elements, and simulations or threats of such behavior; mentally abusive or uncomfortable activities, including disruption of academic performance or class attendance, sleep deprivation, exclusion from social contact, kidnapping or travel to unknown destinations, blindfolding, physical shocks, and simulations or threats of such behavior; activities which create an environment of servitude or humiliation, including but not limited to public stunts of buffoonery, degrading or humiliating games and activities, lineups, verbal abuse, compulsory design driver programs, personal or financial servitude, and simulations or threats of such behavior; and pre-ritual activities which could cause persons to be physically or mentally fatigued. Keep in mind that this is not an exhaustive list, and if you think something is hazing, it probably is. Additionally, if a chapter is considering to conduct a scavenger hunt, quest, or treasure hunt as part of a chapter or pledge class activity, they must obtain the Judiciary Committee's approval prior to its execution. If the scavenger hunt is indicated on your Bridge to Brotherhood syllabus, you must also complete the scavenger hunt approval form and obtain approval before executing it. All scavenger hunt requests must be submitted at least 14 days prior to the event, but in considering everyone's time to both review the event and make possible changes, it is recommended to submit as early as possible. When hazing violations occur, the chapter president, vice president of membership, and/or pledge educator can be held personally responsible for the chapter's actions and could face removal from office or suspension of membership. To avoid this, hold frequent educational meetings to discuss how to prevent hazing and how to hold everyone accountable for their actions. Remember that while you might be okay with something, someone else might not. Keep everyone's point of view in mind when planning events, and be sure to have the compliance committee review your plan before the event. If a member of your chapter leadership does receive an allegation of misconduct, they must provide this allegation to the fraternity staff in writing within 72 hours. Additionally, if a chapter or member is investigated for violations of any kind by an outside body, such as a school, university department, or a law enforcement agency, it also must be reported to fraternity staff within 72 hours. For any additional questions, please visit the MyAKPsi community or contact your chapter educational resource coordinator on staff. For assistance in determining the coordinator for your region, please visit akpsi.org/staff. Thank you for listening to this program. If you have ideas for future webinar or e-learning topics, or suggestions to improve this program, please email education@akpsi.org.